Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another FB Designs tutorial. I am Rob, your host, and today, well, we're going to keep it pretty easy, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. We're going to be learning how to create a quick little lower third, as they call them. Quick, simple, should be rather easy for everybody out there, so let's get started. Let's jump on over to After Effects. We want to go to New Composition. You can name this anything you want. I'm going to name this one Main as normal. 1920 by 1080. Now, I would keep this personally if I was doing videos because I do everything in 1080p. But you can make this the output of, say, your whatever resolution you use to do your videos, because it's all going to matter in how it looks, depending on like if you're seeing this on a phone or on a computer or whatnot. Everything I do is on a computer, so I'm going to keep 1920 by 1080. Feel free to change this to your needs. We're going to take this. Lower thirds is generally not on the screen for that long, so we're going to change this to 5 seconds. Click OK. Okay, so now we got this big ugly black square, and if you toggle transparency grid, you'll see that it's transparent. So we want to right click, go to new, go to solid, and for this tutorial I'm going to pick red like I did in the preview. Click OK, and then we're going to grab a hold of these dots and we're just going to drag it into a nice little simple bar just like that. Make sure you're on your move tool, and we're going to kind of place it where we want it to settle, something like that. And then from here we're going to toggle down, go to transform, put a keyframe on position, take and move the rectangle off to the side like that. We're going to go ahead about a second, and then we're just going to move that right back into place. Then what we want to do is take both of these keyframes, highlight them, hit F9 to easy ease them. Then once that happens, we're going to go to this graph, and what we want to do is we want it to come in fast. Of course, this is by preference. So, and then leave out slow. So it's going to come in fast, as you see here, and then out slow. And to show you, it's just like that. All right, we're going to toggle this off. Then we're going to highlight these two keyframes again. We're going to hit Control C, make a copy of them. We are going to go to the 4-second marker, hit Control V to paste those keyframes in there. Now what we need to do is switch these two around, like so. We'll drag that to there, and then we'll go here, and it'll be gone. So now if we play this back, we get something like this. Nice, clean, and very fluid. Okay, so next what we want to do is, well, to make this easier on the eyes, we'll go ahead and toggle that back. Now that you know that the black really isn't there, it's just something to give us, to break up the color and whatnot. So, all right, next we want to right click, go to new, go to text. For me, I'm going to do FB Designs. Oh, let's highlight that. And we will make this white so we can see what we're doing. There we go. And with the move tool selected, we're going to grab that. We're going to throw it on down here, just like so. Take off our caps lock. And now you can size this up however. Whoa, don't want to do that. Here, let's just undo that. It's generally easier to pull from the sides, from this side, from the right side, as you've just seen. Of course, if we were to take our anchor here and move it to the center, it wouldn't do that. Okay, so now that we got our text set there, what we want to do is we want to come down to the solid that we created if you don't see this track matte option, you can toggle down here, or you can hit F4 to bring up these options. And then we're going to go to alpha inverted. Now I know it changed the text. It's black now, but as you see, as it comes in, then it shows the text. But we don't want it black, because if you go to your transparency grid again, you can see that it is in fact transparent back there. So what we're going to do to solve that problem is highlight our solid, hit Control D. Then we want to go in here and, okay, for whatever reasons, I'm not seeing the track matte option here. Okay, anyway, so go up to layer, go to solid settings, and we can change this to a white, or you can change this to a gradient. You might have to play with it a little bit to get your lettering to look right, but for this tutorial, we're going to go with white. That'll do just fine. Okay. Then we're going to drop that behind. Ah, there it goes. Okay. Had to be below the text. Okay, we're going to turn off the track matte. And there we go. Now, just to liven this up a little bit, we're going to take this bottom white here, and we're going to pull it out just a couple frames. Just like that. Just to break it up a little bit. And if you notice, the letters start out black. And let's pull that like right there. Because you really want that white to be there because of the transparency in the back. So if we go through this, you can see it's transparent a little bit, but still it adds a little bit of flavor to the overall look of it. And boom, there it goes. Okay, so that about does it. Now, of course, like anything else in After Effects, the more time you take and put into this, because you can animate these letters to come in another way. You can have them come from the bottom. You can have them come from the sides. Again, if you decide to take a little bit of time in After Effects, you can improve just about anything. But just remember, you want this to be, well, obviously you want it to be red, and it's only going to be up there a couple seconds. So, you want everything to be fluent and look good, and, but really, don't go overboard. Like in most designing, sometimes the simplest is the best. So now, here's the next task, and that is going to be how to get this out, rendered out, with the transparent background. Now, you don't have to toggle this, but I do it just because. But all right, go to Add to Render Queue. Oh, here, let me get rid of one of these. Just delete that. We're gonna click on where it says lossless. Now, you could leave this in AVI, but it's gonna make your file size a little bit bigger. Some people don't have that much room, so I like going to QuickTime, and QuickTime is free if you're using it on the PC. If you're on a Mac or whatever like that, it already comes with it. So, like I said, it's free. So, using QuickTime for this is pretty good because of the RGB plus alpha, which is what we want. So it renders transparent in the background. And click OK. We'll have this go to the desktop. I already have one named lower third. We'll click OK and just hit render. Uh-oh. All right. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll click out of there. We'll go back to the composition. Go back to the composition, go to Add to Render Queue, where we'll have to redo all this again. Go to QuickTime, RGB plus alpha. Click OK. This time we'll name it differently. I'll name it lower third 2. And then we'll click render. And there we go. Filed, rendered. And I checked the size of this before I started the tutorial, and it should be about 25 meg, which a lot of people should be able to work with, you know, no matter what platform you're on, whether PC or, you know, on your phone or tablet or whatever. But really, if you were to do it in AVI, which is uncompressed frames, it really shouldn't even be that bad. You might hit, I don't know, maybe 100 megabyte, 200 megabyte. But still, a lot of people want to keep it smaller, so this is why I showed you how to do it this way. So with that being said, I hope everybody is safe out there during these troubling times in the world, you know, with that thing going around. So until the next one, everybody, stay safe out there. Peace.